For today's video, we'll be customizing an American Girl doll. For the base, I'll be using Truly Me number 80. This doll is retired. First things first, we'll start on her hair. For her hairstyle, we're going to be doing dragon braids. For the dragon braids, we need to separate her hair into these mini ponytails going back. She's going to have two big dragon braids and then smaller braids coming off the ends. Instead of creating a new wig, I'm just using her existing hair. For the hair extensions, we're going to be using these three colors. They are all pre-stretched Kanekalon from two different brands. I had an issue recording, so I did most of the braids off camera. But I will show you how we did the hearts and bubble braids in the back. Here I'm using elastics to make the bubble shapes on either side of the ponytails, and making sure that they are the same size and about the same thickness. These are going to act as anchors for our heart braids we're going to do next. So after the bubbles, we'll do two braids on either side. Flip the braids up and use a clear elastic to secure to the top of the bubble. This is going to make the top of the heart. After the top of the braids are secure, it is very easy to make the heart shape. And we'll just take one more rubber band and we're just going to secure it to the bottom of the bubble. You can pinch and pull the heart to make it the size you want, and we're just going to mirror that on the other braid. Once I have both of the hearts done, I braided the rest of the pigtails. Like I said, I did most of the braiding off camera. I did have a hard time recording this. If you want a more in-depth tutorial, just let me know and we'll make another video about it. Off camera as well, we added beads and cut the ends of her hair to make it a little shorter. For her clothes, she's going to get a mini skirt and a crop top. To make her crop top, I'm going to be using this old Courtney PJ set. This set is discontinued in the American Girl store as well. To make the crop top, I am just measuring how many inches I want to take off the bottom, and I'm cutting accordingly. For the hem, I'm just going to roll in one time, and for the hem, I decided to glue the hem. You can stitch it if you would like. I just don't want to get out my sewing machine. Right now, I'm just sketching out a belly button. It's just a simple belly button, nothing too detailed. And these are little crystals that I'm going to be using to give her a belly ring. I go back and forth between these two hearts. I went with the clear crystal heart instead, and I'm just using a needle and this silver thread to secure the belly button ring. I use a very long needle to give me a little bit more control. I do find that a curved needle also works very well. For this piercing, I did watch a couple of belly button piercing videos. Really gross to look at, but just to get the right idea of where each of the gems should go. I was going to get an actual belly button piercing and put it in, but I felt like it might weigh on the fabric stomach, so I just went with two broken pieces of earrings. After the bottom gem is secure, I start moving my way up to the top gem. And I just keep stitching and securing it until I feel like it won't come out. After both gems are secure, I just backstitch and cut off the excess thread. And there's her belly button ring. Her shoes took the longest time. I did not know what I was doing the entire time I was making them. I was really just winging it. But these are old American Girl shoes. The soles have fallen off. And these are going to be the bases. I really wanted her to have clear platform shoes, so we're also going to use some clear packaging to make the bottoms of the shoes. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing, so first things first, I'm just going to take out the laces. And then I'm going to take a nail filer and I'm just going to rough up the edge of the boot where I think that the plastic is going to meet the shoe itself. I'm using hot glue, so I think that the glue sticks a little bit better if it has an abrasive surface to latch onto. I start using the glue in small sections, just so I have a little bit more control of the glue and where the plastic is bending. I also use the tip of the hot glue gun just to mold the tip of the plastic to the shoe itself. Once the base is to my liking, I'm just taking a small piece of felt and I'm just gluing it to the underside of the shoe. This isn't really visible unless you're turning her foot upside down, but I just want it to look a little nicer. Here I'm just using my nail to scrape off any of the stringy bits inside the shoe. Once I get everything in place, I won't be able to take the shoes apart again, so I want to make sure it's as clear as possible inside. I want to make these shoes really colorful, so I'm using these different size pom-poms to create the base. I'm gluing them to the top of the shoe because I want to have kind of like a floating effect inside. These shoes are going to be very, very, very cluttered, so I want to put as many little things as I can fit inside. Once the pom-poms are in place, I'm going to start on the lighting. I want these shoes to light up, so I am taking just this little battery powdered light pack that I got from Michaels. The light pack is super long, so I'm going to be twisting the wires together to make it a little bit more compact. I only got white lights because I'm going to add star beads to each of the lights, so it's going to glow different colors inside. It won't be that noticeable during the daytime, but you will notice the shifting colors at night. Here I am just twisting it, like I said, really tight, and then I just thread the beads on and secure them in place. Here I am testing the lights to make sure that they are glowing properly. I'm going to start putting the lights inside, and I'm going to take some fairy film. With the fairy film, I'm just using it to make sure that the lights don't move around too much. Like I said, I want these shoes to be very cluttered and very colorful, so I want to make sure I can fit as many things as I can inside the shoes. few more cotton balls at the bottom, and then we'll start on the base of the shoe. For the sole of the shoe, I'm just using more cardboard, a little bit of black felt, and hot glue. With hot glue, I'm just tracing the perimeter of the shoe, making sure I get it on all sides so that none of the beads or pom-poms will come out. And I'm just going to press it down onto the felt. When the glue is hardened, I'm just going to make sure that it's in place, and I'll take some scissors and cut off all of the excess. With some more hot glue, I'm going to make sure that the battery pack stays in place. I should have removed the batteries before I used hot glue. Do that so you don't make the batteries overheat and explode. And I'm making sure that the switch is still accessible at the back and the lights still work. Now we need to make the shoes flush so that the battery pack is not exposed. I'm taking this cardboard and cutting out the size of the battery pack, and I'm going to slip that in place under the shoe. I did 2 layers just so that it was flush with the ground. And if you notice at the bottom of the shoe, I made sure that all of the screws are accessible so that if I need to switch out any batteries, I can do so with ease and not have to take apart the shoe again. And I just slide it in place with a little bit of hot glue and make sure that they are the same height. And then just with scissors again, I'm cutting off the excess cardboard. And to just clean up the bottom, I'm using a Posca marker to make the bottom of the soles match the top of the shoe. For finishing details on the base of the shoes, I'm just taking this ribbon and I'm lining the top and bottom of the shoes. With a white chalk pencil, I'm just marking where my stitch holes are going to be. I want to add butterfly wings to the back of the shoes. For the thread, I'm using heavy duty upholstery thread and just a needle that I heated up with a lighter. To match the rest of the shoe, I just take a normal Sharpie and color in the thread. And with that, the shoes are finished. I think they're so cute. These are my first time doing platforms, and I think they turned out really well. And next we'll work on her face. We're going to start on her face up. To start her face up, I just need to take off her factory paint. I'm using 100% acetone to take off her paint, and then I'm going to spray her with 3 coats of Mr. Super Clear. Once the factory paint is off and the Mr. Super Clear is dry, we're going to start painting her face. For her face, we're going for like a cyberpunk kind of vibe. Like I said, I did have a lot of issues recording this video, but here we can see this is about the third layer in of me doing her face. So I just used Durant watercolor pencils and some gouache paints. For the graphic liner, I just used black and a lime green color. I'm going over the outside of the eyelid. I didn't do the actual eyelid just because her eyes open and close and I don't want the paint to rub off. Now I'm going back in with my Durant watercolor pencils and I am just giving her bottom lashes. I sharpen the pencil so it's super sharp and then I'm just going in and flicking one hair at a time. She is a black girl, so I did give her little baby hairs and edges. I'm going back in with a lighter colored pencil just to define the individual wisps of the hair. These hairs are supposed to be very thin, so the black can sometimes make it a little harsh. After that's to my liking, I'm going to go back into the eyebrows as well and give them a little bit of highlights. And then I'm going to start pushing and pulling the values of each of the hairs. So I'll go back in with black next. For her nose highlight, I went in with my white chalk pencil, and I'm just making a little heart. I think heart highlights on the tip of the nose are just really cute. After the highlight's in place, I'm going to start with her blushing. For blush, I started with a pink base, and then I'm going to slowly turn the pinks into a deep plum or purple color. For deeper skin tones, I do recommend using a purple blush instead of a bright pink. In my opinion, just a deeper plum blush does complement darker skin tones a little bit nicer than, say, a powder pink. Here I'm starting on giving her lash extensions. I'm just taking Fabri-Tac glue and a toothpick and spreading it over the pre-existing lashes. I did cut them a little bit shorter to act as a base. Now I'm taking my human false lashes and I cut them to size, and I'm just adding a little bit of Fabri-Tac to the end of the strip. And I'm waiting for both sides to become tacky. When both sides are tacky, I'm going to start on the inner corner of the eye, and I'm just using my fingernails and a toothpick to adhere both lashes together. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side, and we can start dressing her. For her outfit, I did add a couple of more accessories, and for her face up, I did gloss her lips. I did go back and re-gloss her eyes. Here you can see that she has nails. They all broke actually, so I had to redo them off camera. I also added a few more face piercings, and we will see them all in the final reveal. For her earrings, her first star studs, I actually went to the American Girl store to get her ears pierced. They come with those star studs, and then I added the second piercings at home. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!